Peace and prosperity. This is Esaia Mystic coming to you all with another message to help you free your heart and soul. Today I wanted to get on and chat with you guys about the crystal beings and how crystals connect us to the earth, the stone beings, the ancient intelligence of the earth. And I wanted to share also how I use my crystals and how they have also affected me in my own life and just interesting experiences I've had with crystals and using them. So crystals are formations, rock formations, crystallized formations within the earth, and they are composed of different minerals, all kinds of different minerals that we also have inside of our body. So every single mineral that exists, it has been used to also create our body. So everything that comes, literally every mineral and particle and the essence of the earth, it has been used, and if it's not already a part of your genetic physiology, it can be used to enhance your physiology and your biology. Hope I'm using the right words, but basically your body is composed of these same minerals that we are connecting to when we're using crystals. So that in and of itself connects us to crystals, connects us to these beings on a level that surpasses just theory. This is something that we're actually connected to, that actually benefits us. And we have minerals, every kind of mineral in our body that you can think of. We have gold, we have silver, selenium. There's so many different minerals. So these same minerals can also be used. Oh my gosh, is my lipstick smudging? Gross. These minerals can also be used to help us heal our bodies, help us heal parts of our body, whether we're actually ingesting them. Like, of course, you can't.
It smells cold.
Oh, put the blanket on. Put your puppy on. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. Ruff, ruff. So, of course, you can't eat rocks, right? These minerals will have to be broken down into a liquid form. Normally, that's what they're broken down into, so that the body can be able to digest it and absorb it. If we're not getting it from our foods, which I will say, majority of our foods have been depleted in much of the essential minerals that our bodies need to maintain optimal function and supreme connection to the earth, which is what makes a healthy person, right? Being healthy, healing, and this heart energy, it's all having to do with the earth energy as well. So just the vibration of healing, heart, and healthy is synonymous with the earth. If you say heart and read it, just move the H to the back of the T, then you get earth. So everything is connected, and these minerals are depleted in much of our food because they're also depleted in much of the soil. And that is because much of the agricultural processes that are utilized to mass produce our food, right, and quote unquote cure hunger, is not aligned with true cultivation of food and harvesting food. And so you have these mass corporations, these mass agricultural systems that are just raping the soil pretty much and depleting the soil of its essential minerals by not nurturing it correctly. So when we talk about crystals and connecting to crystals, we need to understand that it's much more bigger than just connecting to the crystal in the spirit. No, you need to understand the most basic primal essence of connecting to crystals. And before you can go above into all of the other higher dimensions of spiritual energies, you gotta reckon with what's here, meaning the earth. Like this is the next step. Okay, whenever you want to ascend into more spirituality, higher spirituality, you have to connect to the earth first. You can't meet your spirit guides or really be privy to the spiritual world until you get your body right, you're eating the right foods, you're getting the correct minerals. That even is true in the, attracting, like living our life. Just in living our life, you can't attract and magnetize certain things when your body is depleted in certain minerals and nutrients. So let's get that straight first. All right, so this is the premise of like how crystals benefit us, because crystals have all of these this mineral, physically, these minerals and energies. You want to go play? You want to go play? You want to go say hi? So yeah, this is the basics of this crystal energy, and basically the minerals inside of the crystals and their qualities, meaning like their elemental, so their elemental origin, meaning like every element has a spiritual deity, I would put it. Every elemental has a spiritual signature, and this is where you get people using certain crystals for spiritual connections and spiritual purposes. But understand that you can use crystals for every level of your being, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It goes all around the board. So most people today are using them for spiritual purposes when they're buying crystals, or maybe it's just aesthetics, or maybe you are buying minerals and things like that, like elixirs for your health, or to enhance your aura, to enhance your biology. These crystals and minerals are connected to a being, an ancient being that holds the sacred intelligence of the earth. The earth and the earth's energy is related to the ray of intelligence. So this ray of intelligence is a part of astrology, and it's one of the 7 rays. But the ray of intelligence is basically the premise of all understanding, of all intellect. And these rocks, these formations hold knowledge that has basically, like, it's almost like with every color and every design and every difference that you find in a rock is a memory. And it's kind of like water, because water also helps to shape and form these crystals. Okay, peace, I am back. I had to snip the last video.
I got blueberries.
You got blueberries?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a little encompassed with the bike that Aliva got yesterday.
See all nasty guys. Here, take the blanket. 1, 2, pizza! Look!
Oh! Oh, cool, look! I get it now. Because I was like trying to imagine like a bike without pedals. Look,
Here,
they
come
gave
try
you-
I know her little handprint. You're right. You have to
Lower that.
lower this. Oh. And then ring the bell.
But anyway, crystals, minerals. Spiritually, we can connect to these beings. They are spiritual beings, and they are living entities, just like everything else is on this planet. And just mentioning that to an average humanoid, or someone with who's just very disconnected, it's like, whoa, and religion definitely has scared off a lot of people from tapping into the naturalness of the earth that we live on. Yeah, it's definitely disconnected certain people from the naturalness of the earth's energy and their own powers. So what we want to do is connect back. We want to understand and accept that everything that we see and exists in its naturalness is alive, has a life, and has an energy that we can exchange with. So this is true for the sun, this is true for the clouds, this is true for the trees, this is true for the forests, the jungles, and just everything that is birthed from this earth. So yes, these crystals are sentient. They absorb energy and information. And what?
I'm scared of bugs.
Oh, don't start with the bug thing. We staying outside. Okay? Peace. Okay, so Maleva was like not having the bugs outside, and I had to come inside and put her to sleep. So as you can see, she's sleeping next to me. And I still want to finish this video, so and not later. I want to finish it like today. So yeah. So I want to talk about basically how I use my crystals and the different types of ways you can use your crystals to benefit from, and also connect in whatever way that you're looking to connect to yourself. So one of the ways that I like to connect and use my crystals is having big crystals I can hold in my hand. Basically like tumble crystals, are like raw crystals, just bare, that you can hold. And when you're in meditation, or if you're looking to upload certain information or download certain information, you would just hold the crystal and put that energy into the crystal. So whatever it is that you are looking to put into this energy field, which like whatever the crystal rules over. So for example, like if I am setting intentions towards being more connected to my body and being more grounded and having a secure sense of self and really invigorating my body, I would probably get a red tiger's eye crystal to download those intentions into, and also upload any information as to how I can actually go about doing those things. So the energy of the crystal is super important when you are uploading and downloading information. The best way to know what information is coming to you when you are uploading information is just by paying attention to the thoughts and the feelings that you get around certain things. So yeah, and like I said earlier in the previous video, it's really important for you to already kind of like be headed towards a higher vibration, like being in your higher self, because if you are in a low vibration, or if you just low vibratory, like the messages will be coming from it just won't be as clear and it won't be as vibrant and potent if you are disconnected or in your lower self. So yeah, another way that I like to use my crystals is like how, like right now, I'm wearing crystals. So right now I have on emerald, and I have a, what is this, gold sheen obsidian bracelet on. And the difference between like actually holding crystals and using them to upload and download information versus wearing them, I wear my crystals to absorb or deflect energy throughout the day. So if I know that I have certain thoughts and feelings towards things in my day-to-day life, then I know that I need to be wearing this crystal versus just doing a meditation with it or uploading and downloading it and sitting it down. Like, for example, I'm wearing a gold sheen obsidian bracelet, and that bracelet, this gold sheen obsidian bracelet, so gold sheen obsidian from jump, because it has like a goldish kind of color to it versus a regular black obsidian, it's still very protective. So obsidian's a very protective stone, deflecting negativity, but the hint of gold in there really aligns you to your purpose and really keeps you centered in your solar plexus as well as your root chakra. So your solar plexus and your root chakra, I honestly don't want to go into chakras right now because that's a whole nother thing. But definitely wearing this crystal, I chose to wear this crystal because in my day-to-day life, I felt like people were just felt like they could do things. Like, I felt like people just felt too comfortable in how they were approaching me, and they just felt too eager to like take power from me or like have power over me. And I also felt like I was like really susceptible to being people taking, like, having these kind of power struggles. And I didn't want no more of that. And it would be like simple stuff, like maybe I'm having a conversation and somebody decides to cut me off and talk over me, you know, and it's just like, wait, like, you think just because I'm sweet and kind-hearted that this is okay? Like, no. So I'm wearing this because I intentionally I wanted to deflect those types of energies and those kind of power struggles. And since I have been wearing it, the types of things, like the types of interactions, instead of people having power over me or trying to have power over me in situations, it's been I can literally tell it's been transmuted to a more suggestive type of energy versus where like people would be like trying to push stuff on me. Now it's more of a like respectful suggestion, and also like just people showing themselves, like showing their own light, but in a grounded way where it's not like I'm trying to take over your light, but I'm showing my light and I respect your light, and you know, we exchange from this place. So this energy is real. Like, these crystals, when you have the intention and you know what you're doing with them, and you know you're receptive also, they actually work. They actually play a part. They really do play a part in shifting your aura and what you attract and what you repel and stuff like that. So another thing, I have my emerald right here, my emerald necklace and my emerald earrings, and I knew I wanted to wear emerald, but I knew I didn't want just like a regular emerald necklace. I knew I wanted something that was like kind of bedazzly, which is how this necklace looks. I knew I wanted something that popped out, like, wow, that's beautiful. And I found it. And I got this necklace specifically because I wanted to tap into the energy of growth, and I also wanted to feel a deep love for life and the processes of life. I just wanted to be more at peace. I have a Taurus rising, so this is really essential as well. I feel like your rising sign, you should always be wearing the stone for your rising sign that your rising sign rules over. So emerald is a Taurus gemstone, and I have a Taurus rising, so your rising sign, and this is another video too, but your rising sign is super important, so make sure you get a stone and wear that stone for whatever your rising sign is. But emerald is mine, and this is literally like what I've needed, or I would say what I've been called to wear is emerald. I've been so drawn and magnetized to emerald. You guys also got to pay attention to the stones that are calling to you. Like whenever you're looking at jewelry or you're looking at gemstones, there's always going to be a stone that's calling to you. And this stone, I didn't even have to look around and be like, ooh, that's so beautiful. Like it just popped up inside of me, or like it was like things coming up in my environment that was like emerald, talking about emerald, and I was like drawn to it. So make sure you also are paying attention to stuff like that, because that stone probably wants to work with you just as much as you probably need to work with it. So wearing stones, using stones as to upload and download energy. And then the last thing is crystal grids. So you can have crystal grids inside of your home, or you can actually use a crystal grid on your entire property. You can set up a crystal grid. I know me personally, when I get my house built, I want a crystal grid inside of the soil. Like I want a crystal grid in the soil underneath my home, and then I want a crystal grid around the home. And crystal grids are really powerful because they set up, it's like you're setting up a vortex, like a type of force field and a vortex for a certain energy or whatever energy it is that you're looking to cultivate. This vortex or this energy field can be whatever intention you choose for it to be. Like say you want this room to be a room about love, and like maybe it's your bedroom and you want it to be like a sensual, balanced place where it's peaceful and harmonious. Then set up a crystal grid. If you're getting your house built, you could set it up in the flooring, or set it up around each corner of your home and in the center. And there's different ways that you can set up your crystal grid. You can do it by intuition, but I also recommend that you look up actual grids, like practical ways to set up the crystals so that the energy flows in a certain way. So yeah, if you know all around that you want your house to have a certain energy, then you will use a stone, the correct stone for that energy. So basically that's like the three main ways that I use crystals thus far in my life. And I just wanted to make a video on how I work with crystals, and also, just shine some light on how the crystal kind of
fad, or I don't know what to call it, but basically, you know, when things become trendy, it can lose its value as to like the public, because when things go mainstream or when things get really trendy, it always tends to lose substance. So I just want to bring some substance back to the realm of crystals, and, you know, understanding that crystals are a lot more than just these pretty stones or these rocks that you use to give you positive vibrations. Okay, so also I'm gonna share a quick story before I end this video. A few years ago, when I was living in New Orleans, I was an Uber driver, and when I was an Uber driver, I picked up these travelers who were visiting the city, and they were going to a swamp tour, and the swamp tour was like an hour away, and I pretty much drove them all the way to the swamp tour, and they were like, hey, if we go to the swamp tour, we're not gonna have any service and we're not gonna be able to get another Uber, so do you want to just come on the swamp tour with us, and then you know, we'll drive you back, or not we'll drive, but you'll drive us back. And I'm like, sure, that sounds fun, and I'm gonna get all them Uber dollars for all those miles and all that time. So anyway, I went on the swamp tour, and it was very interesting because the guy who was leading the swamp tour, he was this rugged, I don't even know what to call him, but he was, I don't know how to define this guy. He was a character, I would just put it like that. And he was telling us a story about how, you know, back in the day, there was a voodoo lady who lived in the swamp that people used to go to when they had snake bites, and or like some type of venomous bite from being in the swamp. And so they would go to her, and what she would do is she would put a crystal on top of where they were bit, and the crystal would absorb the venom, and every time she would use the crystal would get smaller and smaller and smaller. So this is basically, you know, was confirmation to me, just hearing that story, that like crystals were more than what they are being used for. Like, they actually can be used for many things physically, like to heal us and aid us in our physical life and also our spiritual life. So just know, as you connect higher and connect deeply to the earth and yourself and the higher forces, you know, because I'm sure that voodoo lady was, you know, like Mama Odie, like she was a part of the swamp. She could tap into a magic that surpasses just using crystals as a crystal ball, you know, to foresee some lollygag future, which sometimes applies, you know, which I'm not saying that look, I'm an oracle myself. I just know that there is a lot of scam artists and scamming that goes on in this field, and that's what makes a lot of people like, I don't believe in it, because a lot of the people who claim to be spiritual who are doing this, they're not really in tune. Like, they're not really connected. They're just playing around, basically. So don't play around with this stuff. This is sacred stuff. This is stuff that can literally, you know, if you allow it, you can connect and you can meet, you know, the divine. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.